Fellow I Stand With Vic supporters, Vic Kicks Back supporters, we caught a W, we caught a win. This is very, very huge. I'm just like, wow. I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited to say this, that this is the start of a bit of like, hey, you know, things is going in a positive direction for this whole movement, because in case you guys missed out on it, over the past few days, there have been more allegations and drama, allegations against the voice of Vegeta, Chris Sabat, allegations against the voice of Bulma, and a lot of stuff going on. Now, if you missed the stream, I'm going to give you a brief rundown, and of course, if you haven't heard already, there was accusations against the voice of BROLY, Vic Mignogna. Check out the videos that I've made. I've talked about it plenty of times, but over the past week, I want to say, or at least the past few days, it came out allegedly from the YouTube lawyer Nick that there's a convention called KamehaCon where the entire cast of Dragon Ball is supposed to be there. It's a Dragon Ball themed convention, and I believe that the cast was all signed on before this big problem occurred to attend. Now, there was allegations from the YouTube lawyer Nick. Supposedly, they uninvited Vic Mignogna against the contract that they signed, and basically said, like, they didn't want him to come. And allegedly, it was due to Chris Sabat, voice of Vegeta, and Monica Rial, voice of Bulma, that the uninvite happened, or the invitation got, I don't know, Indian gifted, whatever you want to call it, because supposedly this was actually confirmed from people within that convention that work for the convention and the higher ups of the convention, that pretty much they were blackballing him, saying, hey, if he comes, we're not coming. And this is all, again, according to this YouTube lawyer, that they stated that. And again, I believe there's facts, because I believe he has messages with the convention runner about this. So that comes out. I'm not going to lie, I was a bit heated, just because it's like, you know, it's already bad enough, everything that's happening. At a convention is huge. He could be on the other side and they'll never have to even see each other. It's not like Vic has been this vicious animal. In fact, the man has not even said one word toward any of these people. He has not attacked or insulted a fan. He's been very humble, very quiet, very, like, just leading with love. Honestly, he hasn't really attacked or done anything. You know, he's done none of that. So I was like, okay, wait a minute. They're uninviting him, which again, that supposedly, allegedly, and that goes against contracts, because, hey, you know, he signed up, I'm going to be there X amount, you know what I mean? So the fact that they would break that contract, it was really rough. And throughout those days, the convention owner or the convention runner, I'm not sure exactly who it was talking with the YouTube lawyer saying, hey, I'm going to let them know. And he came to the decision that he wanted to change his mind. He wanted to bring Vic back, because again, it was against contracts and all that. But Chris Sabat supposedly and Monica Rial were saying, yo, you do that, again, we're not coming. So he was in a tough spot. Apparently, he was even going to stop the convention because he just couldn't handle it. And then at the last minute, I'm not sure exactly what happened. He decided in the end to invite Vic Mignogna back to the convention, which is a huge win, because again, they don't have to see him. He's not going to attack nobody, and it's good to see that at the very least there's love and support here that is making these things happen. Because if the fans didn't speak out, if we didn't actually come out and say like, yo, this isn't right, Vic wouldn't have any of this happening. He wouldn't even be able to go. And this is right now, you know, very important. Dragon Ball Super is exploding, the Broly film and everything. How are you even going to have a Dragon Ball based panel without Broly when he's the big commodity right now that made the movie 100 mil? You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. And on top of that, you can't rescind contracts because some people are like, hey, I'm going to take my ball and go home. Like the YouTube lawyer Nick said, like, you can't do that. So definitely very foul. And then, of course, I had shared, because this is where I kind of got a little bit involved. I got passionate about it, you know, and it reminded me of a time back in 2014 when I was on the red carpet premiere for the Battle of Gods film. I was trying to get an interview from the voice of Vegeta, Chris Sabat, and he kind of brushed me off and told someone, hey, I'm trying to get away from this weird looking guy. I was there with my cameraman, and honestly, at that time, again, and I said this story on my live stream before, but I was very, very insecure. And just imagine what that did to me, meeting one of the people that I respected and admired, you know, for a long time, most of my life, since I was 5 or 6, I've been watching Dragon Ball, you know what I'm saying? For him to brush me off like that, it was like, wow, That's foul. Like, it would be different if I attacked him, I said something wrong or anything like that, and that was not the case, you know? So I had that on my chest for years. A lot of people that were close to me throughout these years have known. I've told them the story. I was like, you know, that was really upsetting to me. You know what I mean? Next year passes, and then we get to Resurrection F. I was a little bit more up there where Justin Rojas, who worked for Funimation at the time, he was one of the, I believe, head of social media. He got me an interview with Chris Sabat. I addressed it. I turned it into a humorous thing and changed and said, hey, that he just blew me off. And I kind of turned it into a laugh. But I never really, you know, said this. And when I hear that, hey, there's a possibility that he's stopping somebody from making a living based off, again, to my knowledge, there have not been any criminal charges against Vic Mignogna. In fact, I don't think there's any charges at all. In fact, the only thing legal-wise that I'm hearing that has happened was Vic suing other people. So again, it's really, really freaking insane. So I post my story, got a little traction, and the voice of Vegeta, Chris Sabat, hits me up with a message. Like I said on the stream, I wasn't going to tell the message because he asked me not to, but basically my intention when I was speaking to him was, I was trying to tell him, hey, let's turn it into something positive. I have ideas on the stream. I basically told people like, hey, we could do anti-bullying conventions. We could tour, you know, just colleges talking about anti-bullying. Like, and I was willing to do the groundwork. I was like, yo, work with me. Let's do this together. Or at the very least, that's what my attempt was. But that was my attempt. But yeah, again, I don't want to go any further into what we spoke about. But the thing was, honestly, I just kind of felt him reaching out. The fact that I was coming at him very genuine, and I tried to express it, even with the stream. I told him, like, hey, I'm mainly talking about this on stream so I can get through to you to show you my intention isn't for any of the drama. Like, how about we change the world, use a negative to turn it into a positive, and the conversation just ended, which makes me believe that, okay, you was just trying to, hey, simmer down, quiet me down, quiet myself and the audience down, from kind of speaking our piece and kind of, you know what I'm saying what happened. And in fact, for the people, because there are people that are saying, hey, do you have any evidence? Well, one, he apologized. Yeah, there's that. But, you know, just a whole terrible situation that I'm glad there's some great news out of all of this. Vic Mignogna will be at that convention so the fans can get to see him. I'm imagining that the lines over there is going to be like 10,000 people for Vic. And I don't know how much the other lines are going to be, and I don't want to be petty in all of this, but it is really sour to see. I've also heard, I haven't actually taken a look because I'm kind of just so disgusted with the situation that I'm trying my best to avoid every single detail that I see, but I heard allegedly the voice of Majin Buu, and was it the voice of Mr. Satan? I'm not sure about that one, but I know for sure the voice of Majin Buu was saying some very derogatory things towards fans. Again, I'm not sure, this is allegedly. Again, this is just out of control. This is just absolutely out of control. Again, allegedly, I'm seeing tweets of the voice of Bulma, who was claiming that, you know, she was sexually harassed or whatnot from the voice of, you know, BROLY, Vic Mignogna. And she's talking about her sex life with her husband and how great it is. And again, according to these alleged tweets, saying, you know, she's a slut for him and all this stuff. And I'm kind of like, but you're, what? What do you, what? You know what I'm saying? So I'm very just like, just clap it up for Vic catching a win. Let's read the message that he gave us to give us the announcement, and we'll talk a little bit more, but Vic kicks back, baby. So very grateful and happy to say that I will be a guest at KamehaCon in Dallas, April 12th to the 14th. Special thanks to KamehaCon staff and Con Chair for the privilege to join you. Let's have a great show full of positivity and celebration of Dragon Ball with all the great attendees. Very classy, very, very classy how Vic moved this entire thing. Honestly, I'm glad to see that there's some justice. You know what I'm saying? To see that this man's life crumble before him and there's no proof. And on top of that, a lot of the accusers have been proven to be liars. And he's losing work for no criminal charges being pressed against him. If he's a weirdo or whatever, that's one thing. If he's a little creepy, that's one thing. But there's a difference between that and actually committing crimes. And that's one of the big things that I think a lot of these people are missing. That no matter if he's a scumbag, he's an asshole, he's a perv, whatever. If homeboy ain't actually assault you, he ain't commit a crime. That's it. If he's eccentric, he's eccentric. But yeah, it is what it is. Bravo, Vic. Vic kicks back, baby. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit the bell to get all notifications. And of course, if you want to check out any of my other social media, links in the description below, along with my music, My Beautiful Hell, out now, all streaming platforms. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Boy, bow. Have an awesome day. Let's change the world, baby. Vic kicks back.
And I was whatever, one day I'll be your favorite forever. No matter how you know.